In a stunning move, the 22-member Arab League, the entire European Union, and another 17 countries have issued a joint call for Hamas to disarm and relinquish power as authorities seek peace in the region. The nations backed a declaration signed at a UN conference earlier this week. The text also condemned the October 7th attack by Hamas on Israel and called on the terrorist organization to hand over its weapons to the Palestinian Authority. This is President Trump's special envoy Steve Witkoff, along with U.S. Ambassador to Israel Mike Huckabee, visited an aid site in the Gaza Strip. Witkoff says he spent over 5 hours inside Gaza to gain an understanding of the humanitarian situation and help craft a plan to deliver food and medical aid. Meanwhile, church leaders are weighing in. Bishop Abdallah Elias Zaidan, leader of the Eparchy of Our Lady of Lebanon of Los Angeles, says in part, quote, "I commend President Trump for acknowledging that starvation is happening in Gaza, especially affecting children, and I urge him to demand the immediate expansion of humanitarian assistance through all channels in Gaza." Joining us now is Ambassador Alberto Fernandez, a longtime Middle East diplomat and EWTN News contributor. Ambassador Fernandez, thank you so much for being with us again. I want your reaction to this Arab League call on Hamas to disarm and relinquish power in Gaza. How significant is this?
Well, the significance is the symbolism. It's a powerful message. It's a powerful political message, especially the unanimity of the Arab states, because, for example, it included Qatar, which is a major supporter of Hamas. So there's powerful symbolism in what was done. At the same time, of course, I think very few observers expect that Hamas is going to willingly surrender its arms or give up power, especially to its bitter rival, the Palestinian Authority.
Well, the Palestinian Authority being involved in all of this is interesting, but do they actually have the organizational capacity to lead, to accept that kind of a concession from Hamas?
That you hit the nail on the head. That's exactly the concern. The Palestinian Authority, the PA, or the PLO, which rules, we say, on the West Bank, is a very weak entity. It has a lot of corruption. It's highly dysfunctional. President Mahmoud Abbas is able to remain in Ramallah basically through the forbearance of the Israelis, of the IDF. So this is an organization and a rule which is really, really weak. In fact, Hamas's great goal is to kind of subvert the PA, maybe from within, maybe from without, and take over the whole thing. So that's the problem in using the PA as kind of the big alternative, is it's shown itself to be extraordinarily weak and not very trustworthy, but we don't have any other real good options.
There aren't many good options, and some options also that are being explored around aid are specific to that visit that Steve Witkoff spent in Gaza. Do you think that it really could help to refine methods of delivering aid to Palestinians to have more intervention from the United States?
Well, certainly one logical way to subvert or to eliminate the Hamas in Israel. Israel is, Israeli ministers in March said they didn't want any more aid going into Gaza. Hamas practices a policy of kind of weaponizing the civilian population, as kind of a tool of policy, a tool of propaganda. But the getting more food in, to kind of flooding, giving aside whatever Israel wants to do or whatever the Palestinians want to do. They're both playing a political endgame, flooding Gaza with food so that starvation tactics or hunger tactics become less of a weapon, even though we know Hamas steals it, and all of that is one tactic that can be used. Unfortunately, we're entering a period where the food question is still there, but there's a larger question that needs to be decided, and that is, how does the war end? And that is, the food issue is tremendous, but how does the war end? In military victory or in some kind of bitter compromise? That's actually the larger question that everyone's wrestling with right now.
Right, it's the one that we're watching. We're looking for that ceasefire. Well, Ambassador Fernandez will come check back in with you as things develop. Thank you so much.
Thank you.